Hi folks, Leigh the Drum here from Cariad Drums. There's Cariad custom drums that refurbishes beautiful old vintage kits like this. And there's Cariad Drum Shop that sells all the brand new ones from the best manufacturers in the world. Anyway, I got a question for you. It's about the way that we seem to at the moment have a big trend on YouTube where when drums are being played, when boys are showing you licks that you may be able to use in your drumming, and there's some fine playing out there, don't get me wrong, you know, and they say right, left, right, kick, kick, right, right, left, left, kick, kick, right, left, that, kick, 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 and then they go brrrr, and you think, wow, that's a good lick. I got another video on that coming soon, my thoughts on that. However, at the moment, this is about the way the drums sound. It seems to be shove EMADs on here. Now, EMAD on a bass drum is great. I like a Evans EMAD. It's great. But there's EMADs going on to the toms. And the toms then are set out in such a way that there is absolutely no resonance at all. They are either super compressed on the videos or they're just killed. So my question is, do we need the bottom drum head? Because that's the resonance. That's what's toning that drum to allow the air to bounce back and forth to ring. So what's your thoughts on it? Do you feel that the drums should be more open and let them breathe so you get in that tone of a doing, or should we be do, and that is it? But for me to play live, for an example, I tend to use small amounts of dampening in any way, hide from the moon gels as it were, and I try and work with those drums in that room and with the people you're playing with, so that there's as much resonance as you can allow within that drum kit. You don't want it ringing so bad that it's annoying, but you don't want to kill it off. And one of the reasons that I don't think you should kill it off, if you play in a small venue, you know, an average venue, maybe a couple of hundred people, then if you kill those drums down so they sound fab in your bedroom, as it were, when you go out and play live, once the bass player starts to play, he'll absorb so many low end frequencies, and the guitar player will also absorb that mid to low as well, and he's whatever he's playing. Then what you're going to find is that it'll neutralize those toms out. It just kills them off because you've already dampened them down to an extreme. So in a studio, you can kill them down to a degree because you can always EQ them in the room. But if you're not miking your drums up, then you've got to get them to cut through the music. So for me, it's allowing them to be open. Allowing them to be controlled open is the best, I suppose, we could get. So they bounce and resonate, but they don't just, as I said, sound like, you know, they don't sound like a mess. So work on that the best that you can. That's my tip. Minimal amount of tapes and stuff like that, because once we start, we never end with the stuff, unless you're after a very specific sound. And for me, for recording, I always try and let them breathe as much as I possibly can. And again, I get it that some will kill it off because they're after a particular sound on the snare drum. They may be in a studio for days trying to get a certain sound. I get all of that. However, I think a lot of the time, leave the drum where it is, just tune it to the way that, whether you want it bright or whether you want it not so bright, maybe a little dampening, and then positioning that microphone or microphones in such ways that you can blend to get the sound you want. I mean, it's an endless problem. There's never got an answer to it, really. However, I go back to the fact that especially if you play live, be careful of the trend of killing the drums off so there is no sound. And finally on that, some of the licks are fantastic, but I feel that the drums are just so dead that they don't even sound very nice anymore. So for me, let them breathe, let them be open and big. It's a drum, it's a drum. Be excited about it. Let me know what your comments. Do you open, do you kill, and what's your reasons for doing so? Take care, see you soon. Subscribe, and join the club, join the family and all the rest of it. Cariad Drums. Take care, everybody. Ciao.